said you got a brain bleed.
Oof.
Yep.
All right, boys. We're
We're
on.
live.
Yeah, going?
We're
good?
going.
Oh, we are.
Where are we going?
We're
Apparently,
going online.
We're going to Mexico.
Apparently we are.
Here we are.
Apparently,
Sorry, I can't tonight. I'm going online.
We are on the interwebs.
The more you know.
We are on the interwebs.
Yeah.
With the wonderful backdrop of noises from the racetrack.
And a popka. But, well, the racetrack.
The other
The
racetrack.
racetrack.
Yeah. You got the drag strip here, and then you got the circle track there.
There
Right.
was some degenerate individual ripping around in a gray SUV earlier, making noises. I don't
Yeah,
know
and then the
what
fire
that was
truck
all
went
about.
by, and we're like, oh shit, did somebody have
Not
Literally.
today. Not today, fuckers.
You're out
Literally.
running around, and the fire truck goes by, and I was like, "Oh God, what did you do?"
No, that's literally, we're like, oh man.
Not today, fuckers.
Yeah. No.
So, hello everyone.
Hi,
We're Pints and Pistons. I'm Daniel.
I'm Michael.
I'm that one-legged guy.
And I'm a meat popsicle.
There you go.
I am a meat popsicle.
So we got Brian and Christopher over here.
Hello. And
Yeah, we're all here this
we're
week.
here.
Yeah, we're all here this week. There's
We're
All
hanging
four
out.
Pistons are in the block.
All
we got
four
some,
Pistons
some
are here.
things to talk about, some stuff. I honestly think, because what I think the first thing we should talk about is your recent acquisition, and I think that would really settle over
And it's
the
what?
beer.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
Okay,
Because
okay.
I want you to talk about it, because you wanted to talk about it earlier, and you were saving your emotions for our show.
That's true.
And I can't wait for you to share your emotions
Is
with us.
everything in this?
Mine,
fridge?
Dan, you put mine in there, right?
Correct.
Mine are
Mine-
on the back.
mine
outside
is-
the fridge.
yeah.
Yours first or Chris's first?
Do his first.
Okay.
Yours is in
Actually, yeah. I
Yeah,
agree.
mine's in there.
Yours probably is a better last beer.
Either
So-
one of them, because I brought two.
Yeah.
Hey, Chris,
Oh,
what's
that's
up?
right.
I brought an Oktoberfest as well.
Hello, Bach.
That's
What?
I did not
buddy.
get an Oktoberfest because I figured there would be an Oktoberfest again.
And it's from a company we like, so I'm excited.
Yes, and we have not had it before. Yeah, I ended up bringing a. Well, you'll see in a bit. So I saw some really good BMW fuckery today.
Yeah.
Yeah. So one, hospital emergency room, they were busy today because as I left my my appointment, pulling out onto Archer, helicopter on the roof, I could hear it. I go a little ways down the road and there's another helicopter inbound. Go a little further down and there's an ambulance inbound. I was like, wow, the natives are restless today. And then I go past 34th because I was going to get some lunch and going to get some beer and trying to go to Goldie's and then have to backtrack through all that same mess to go get. It just wasn't happening, so I'm like, I'll just go up here and get some Lord's chicken. Bip on down there to get the beer and then I can back road back to 3rd. Anyway, coming up along and then I go through a light and there's a whole backup of traffic in the right lane because everybody backs up in the right lane.
Right.
Because they want to turn into either any of the restaurants there or turn onto Butler to go down to all the restaurants and shops down there. And I, of course, want to go into Lord's Chicken, which is in front of Charge A. And you can turn in there. You can turn in just past that. So I'm behind. There's a 3-something, fairly new 3-something BMW in front of me. He's in. So we're both in the middle lane, bypassing the big line of traffic. And I see indicator pop on. I'm like,
No.
wow, check this out. And as we get to the light at Butler, he just dive bombs from the middle lane right across somebody's bow and turn onto Butler. And I'm like, there's the BMW driver we know.
Well, I mean, I applaud him. He went and had the turn signals installed.
That's what I was saying. Like
He was lulling everybody
he
into a
he
false
dished
sense
out
of
a warning,
security.
but he dished out a warning. You know, like
Of some sort.
And you said there was a reading on the box, or there
There's
wasn't
no
a reading?
readout
No,
on the,
there's
there's
no-
no
I was
readout
looking
on the
to.
box.
Well,
I don't
that's
know
why
if
I
There-
brought
there's
the
like
box
a-
out.
I am excited.
Well, no, I brought the box out because I thought you were saying that there was.
there,
No, there's
I was
no
gonna say on the
readout.
flap right there. There's like that. That's it.
Yeah,
there's no readout on the box.
There's a little bit on the can here. We've got. So this is from the Maui Brewing Company
Out of Colorado.
Which is in Colorado.
and the Coconut Hiwa or Hiwa, however that's pronounced, porter. A robust dark ale with toasted coconut and hints of mocha. And I am getting
Oh my!
I am getting
Lanta.
vibes here. I'm excited because
6%.
there's
Good
another
That's a good-
toasted coconut porter that we've had.
Yes, but that was also. Oh, what is
No,
Hawaiian Lion?
Big Top
Hawaiian
Brewing
Line,
Company.
Big Top Brewing Hawaiian's Line is a coconut coffee porter.
Okay, so this is.
So this is
porter.
this is probably
Dan, you and Mike slapped the perfect like.
I didn't get the whole can in there though.
Oh, I got the whole can in there.
whole can.
I didn't get the whole can.
No, they
But
did good fat
it's-
pours
it's-
though. It smells so good.
But what is Hawaiian Line? 9, 8?
I don't think it's that much.
I think it's a little higher.
I think-
it's higher.
let's
This
find
is a
out.
6%.
I thought
think it's-
Hawaiian Line I think is like 7.9.
I was going to say
or something
Hawaiian
like
Line
that.
is higher than this.
What alcohol percentage is Big Top Brewing Hawaiian Lion? 7.5.
Okay,
I was
so,
close.
So yeah, so it's
9
higher
rhymes
than
with
this.
5, right?
But I mean, I'm still very interested because, as me and
So
Brian know, it's
good.
one of our favorite beers. Hold on.
Gentlemen,
Okay, sorry. I
gentlemen,
need to
it's
smell
good to
it.
be back. It's good to
It
be
is
back.
all of us here.
Props, slancha, salud.
Chin chin.
Can
I
I?
didn't, I didn't
Kanpai.
post anything to our Facebook page, so surprise everybody.
Oh,
Oh, sweet Lord. Let me take a seat.
it's so smooth.
Ooh,
Oh my.
It's light.
that's toasty.
There's not as much coconut as I thought there was going to be, but
Yeah,
I'm definitely getting malt.
The
Getting
mocha
a
and the
little,
malt is
little
nice.
teeny tiny bit of chocolate going on there. Oh damn! I kind of wish the weather was like 20 degrees cooler now.
I do like it. I do
That-
love it. I
That's
do
some
love it.
trickery in the glass though, because
I would put this closer to the Einstock Toasted Porter than I
Than
would the Big
Hawaiian
Liner than Hawaiian
Because-
Liner.
well, with how
It's
dark that
not
is,
as
it's
heavy
not
as I
thick.
thought it would be.
No, that's
yeah.
what I'm saying.
no.
Like with how dark it is, that's weird. That's weird.
So as Brian said, I would put this more towards the Einstock Toasted Porter with the marshmallow flavor and all that.
Yeah.
With that. But it's one of those. I wish it had that subtle hint of coffee because.
It would be right there.
Oh yeah, if this
But-
had a little hint of coffee, that would.
But
be-
honestly, though,
But-
Oh, it's great. It
I was
is
gonna say,
great.
like-
it really is. I'm not talking any trash about it. It is.
but
an
like this is
amazing beer.
this is solid. Like
Oh, it's
this
great.
is just a solid. I'm
It's still.
See, here's what's weird. You
the
guys
raw
aren't
bis-
getting the coffee at the end
getting
because
something.
I'm getting. It's like
I'm
a
getting, like,
cup
toasted-
of black Folgers
No,
at
I'm
the
getting,
end.
like,
but
toasted nuts.
it's not like
Well,
what
you know-
Hawaiian Line was.
True.
Hawaiian Line
like the
was
cold
full on.
Folgers Nitro Brew stuff.
So
Yeah.
here's the thing. This tastes like coffee to me.
Actually, yeah.
Hawaiian Lion tastes like coffee smells.
And
Yes.
that's why he likes
Yes.
it. Because he does not like coffee.
I don't like brewed coffee.
Yeah.
Roasted coffee smells amazing, and roasted coffee just dumped into a beer tastes amazing.
That is still so strange to me how like light the beer is.
I know, like
It's so light. Like
oh yeah,
that's
no,
the
no,
thing.
it is. It is absolutely amazing.
It's
it
smooth
really
and
is.
it's light. It's
Yeah.
not a heavy beer that I
But
thought
it's-
it was going to be.
But like I said, it's one of those. It's. I guess I
That's
hold
delightful.
so
I
high
like that.
high regards to Hawaiian Lion.
Oh
that-
no, it's not Hawaiian Lion. In
Yeah,
any way, shape,
and that's
or
why
form.
I'm like, oh man, but like I need to get that out of my head so that way I can enjoy
because that's
it
like your
more.
standard basically.
Right.
Because
Yeah,
it.
because I hear coconut porter, I'm like,
Oh,
Hawaiian
Hawaiian
Lion,
Lion.
Hawaiian Lion, like,
I get that.
because that is
That's
just
delicious though.
no, this is.
But what
And
I
it's one of
want,
those you could have two of these versus one of
Correct.
the Hawaiian Lion.
what I
'cause
want
that
you to
hits
do now
heavy.
though is I want you to take a good sip and prepare for your monologue, because I think it's going to be a proper, excellent opener for us to talk about your recent automotive acquisition and how it came to be, and yeah, I think that's because it's special.
Well, the
In your,
I'll go ahead and spill this out. Mike has done something that very few of us have done or ever will do.
Yep,
okay, I
that's
won't
true.
talk about it.
Mike got his absolute dream car, and all three of us are so freaking happy for
Yes.
Yeah.
it. Like
I'm-
amazing.
I'm super
did-
excited about that. Like, I am surprised I was able to make it happen and all that because I didn't just have the money sitting there.
It was
and that-
surprising how it all happened. The whole thing is amazing.
And if well, the people that normally watch us know, like it was our 7-year anniversary show. It was August 22nd. We had Mike from License and Registration. We were all just standing out in the driveway, fucking around with the cars and all that. 'cause
As we
had,
do.
Yeah, because we had time to kill before the show,
And daylight.
and all of a sudden, this 6-speed manual Hellcat randomly
Just
pulls
rolls up.
and we're all just
We're
looking
like,
at each other like,
is this one
do
of
you
your
know
people,
him?
or
Do
like,
you know him?
does
No,
anybody
I don't know
this
him.
person and all that? But like we're like, oh, it's a Hellcat, but then like we heard it's a manual. Like, all right, props to you. Like, cool. And this guy gets out and is just like, hey, who owns all the Mustangs? And I'm like, me. And he's like, well, I see this all, like, your Fox bodies all the time. I got a Fox body if you're interested in purchasing it. I'm like, possibly. He's like, oh, it's a 79 pace car. And I'm like,
Sorry,
Wait,
what?
what? And everybody saw that. Like, I was like, what?
You did the Futurama where you were like, what?
Well, that was the
Put
thing.
them eyebrows back down real quick.
Shut up and take my money.
From where
Yes.
we were in the yard and where you were, we only heard half of what you said. Then you like perked up, like a bing came off, and we're like, "Wait a minute, did he just say?" What?
Pace
And then
car?
we're all like listening. And,
Pace
yeah.
car?
And then I found out it's his dad bought it brand new in 1979. Had it ever since. Sadly, Dad and Mom had passed away. He had been left this car. And it wasn't that he didn't love the car and all that. It was just there was a lot of stuff going on in his life. And he was like, it wasn't... And I need to preface it enough that this car wasn't posted to Marketplace, Craigslist, and it was
No.
never offered
It was-
for sale.
Just word of mouth.
It was one of those, he just saw that I had a collection of junk cars in my yard and was like, hey, I got one for you.
I
Are
got
you-
another junk car we could bring over to your
Are
house.
you interested in this? And like it just started from there. And then to communicate just going back and I got his number. We just went back and forth and
He drove by earlier.
Yeah, he drove by early, but like we were going back and forth, and then it was actually it was September 20th when we went to MPD to do an MPD tour, and I was looking at a 103 mile 79 pace car. Like literally, the car has 103 miles on it and all that. So I'm looking at that, and I'm like, cool, wearing my pace car shirt, and he's like, hey, do you want to come look at the car? And I'm like, yes, we will be there this afternoon. So I literally went from looking at that to looking at this, checked out the car, shot him an offer, because he didn't know where he was going to be on price. I shot him an offer. In my offense, it was a low ball offer. Kind of worked out a price, went back and forth a bit, because he really didn't know what to sell it for. I really didn't know what to offer him for it. Went to the bank, got a loan, was like, hey, this is what I have. All cards on the table, this is what I have. If you say yes, I can pick up the car. If you say no, I'm literally taking the money and putting it back in and shutting down the loan.
Right.
Like, I have the cash sitting on my dresser right now. If you say yes, we can figure out how to pick it up. If you say no, I'm just going back to the bank and depositing it back in and shutting down the thing.
And for a minute,
We had nothing. We literally had nothing, and because me and Dan were going back, because Dan was going to be the wonderful tow truck driver and trailer operator and all that stuff. Also got to give a huge shout out to Ryan at Deepin Motorsports for letting us borrow his car and trailer, because without that, like,
love
I
that
don't
car
know
trailer. I've
how
used
the
that
hell
car
we
trailer
would have
many times.
gotten this.
Amazing.
And also, Dan was definitely the GOAT for the day.
Oh no, but yeah. So
We'll get there. We'll get there. Because I had come over
a couple times
because
and
I
we
was
were-
asking, and I bet there was a lot of contemplations of things
That's good.
in that
So
nature
good.
for him, and it
And I
was
understand-
silence on the other end. It's not like a bad thing. It's just like Mike was like
Well, and
literally in
also,
the
I know
clutches of life. He was like,
and I understand from him, and it's no bad ill onto him.
No,
it
not
was
at
one
all.
of those. I know how much he works and all that.
He
He
had a
works
lot-
on
yeah, a
the
lot of stuff
complete
going on.
other side of the state. Like he works all the way over in Orlando and all
Busy
that.
guy.
So
Just a busy guy.
Yes, and I understand that. And like I told him when like he stopped over, like, and that was the thing. Like I was texting him and like wasn't getting answers, and then last episode, and that the Friday before picking it up, we were out front and he stopped by. Like Patrick drove by and we're like, I went up to him like, hey, I am so sorry. Like I'm not meaning to. He's like, no, and he apologized. He's like, no, like I'm just busy. He's like, I've been seeing your messages. He's like, I just haven't been able to respond to them, and like, and you saw that
Yeah.
too, and like,
He's
and so we're
genuinely a
sitting
nice
there
dude.
and like we're talking for a second. He's like, what about Sunday? And they're like, I'm yelling at Dan. I'm like, Dan, Dad. He's like, what? I'm like, come here, because you're gonna be the boat captain of this. Like, let's go. You are the captain now. I'm like, Saturday past 4. He's like, oh, I can't do that. I'm like, okay, Sunday all day. He's like, Sunday 9 a.m. I'm like, Dad, Sunday 9 a.m. He's like, cool. I'm like, cool, great. Fuck, I need to figure out how to get this car onto a fucking trailer and all that stuff.
And the thing is, like, he woke up early, and I did too.
I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning.
I was so excited. I was up by like 6 a.m. and I'm like, should I just go there now? I'm like, nah, I'll just chill at the house for a little bit.
You were here at 6:15.
I
I was up at 3 o'clock in the morning.
I was like, I'm just gonna go now.
5 o'clock in the morning.
And Dan lives like 15 minutes away.
Yeah.
I was out front doing sketchy shit, and surprisingly,
Yeah.
the car has not moved.
I pulled up and Mike's like, I'm ready. I got spare wheels. I got a battery. I got extra ratchet straps. I'm ready to rock.
That was the thing. Like, I put Project Susie up on fucking jack stands in the dirt,
Yeah.
and they're still
Still
fucking
holding.
Yeah,
Still holding.
And
So,
because
it's
I
like-
had to pull the 2 front tires off of that to put on the front of
so-
the other car.
Car had been sitting outside
For
for
7
7 years, and both the front tires were like the back tires were holding wind. The front were
They're
Slashed.
split.
Yeah,
They're
They're
split.
And like literally, I pulled up. It's still pitch black outside, and Mike has got the black car up on jack stands, wheels off, everything ready
I
to
got
rock.
a battery that's on the battery charger.
I'm loading the back of the car.
I'm
Like,
taking
let's
the
go,
battery off the battery
brother!
charger. I'm like,
Adventure time.
we're throwing shit in there. I'm like, okay. I'm like, here's a breaker bar. I'm like, here's a 19. Here's a 21. I'm like, it's a 19 on these Foxes. Here's a 21 with this. We're throwing a fucking standard in there too, just in case. Because
13,
it's
16s, buddy.
just everything. Throwing that in there. I got my fucking air pump. I like got the jack.
And then-
what else did we put in it? Like so the 2 tires, the jack,
ratchet
the
straps,
ratchet
the jack,
straps,
the air pump,
Battery.
battery,
yeah, just so much shit.
Wheels.
We just fucking packed the back of the Porsche.
and then we're like halfway there.
Well,
and-
no, we had to go from here to Demon Motorsports
Yeah,
to
yeah,
get the trailer,
so
which
that's
is
what I'm
an
saying.
hour drive from here to there. Then it's an hour and a half drive from Demon Motorsports, having to come all the way back through and then go
The
back
other
to
place.
Groveland.
But like halfway to Demon Motorsports is when I got worried, because I know that the place where it is like a place that gets locked up, and we were really early, and I was like, I never thought to ask
It
if
was
the
7
gates
o'clock.
would be open.
It was when we were pulling into
but it,
Demon.
it was a
7
Sunday
o'clock.
though,
Yeah.
and I was like, I started worrying, and then we pull up and it's open. I was like,
All over, we're like, fuck yeah, we get to the back, I'm waving at the camera, and I'm like, thank you, Ryan, thank you, I know you're watching, thank you. And I'm posting on Facebook and all that, and Ryan was liking it and fucking commenting, and I'm like, thank you, Ryan, so much, thank you so much.
And a smooth ride
Oh,
down and
man.
a smooth ride back.
On the-
and that thing.
I got to give
amazing
props
tow
to the
rig.
Porsche, because it was like when we picked
221,000
up
miles, baby.
when we picked up the black 86, it was like that. We could not feel. I could not feel a trailer
Right.
on the back of there, like on the way, and then even with it. I mean, we went slow and all that stuff, but you could not tell. You
Right.
could not tell. But I'm a little bit more like impressed with the fact that it's a 200,000+ mile Porsche versus a Ranger. Like, I knew the Ranger was gonna do it. I was not sure.
It's
I was
not a
sure-
vehicle that they were like, we're building this vehicle to tow stuff with. That's not what they
Yeah.
built it
So
for, so it's more impressive.
That's why I was really nervous about that. I'm not saying your cars. It was just one of those. I'm
No,
like, ha, ha,
and honestly,
ha.
I think that does way more than the BMW.
It does.
At least I think maybe where the weight is on that car, it felt like it, because that's the only time I've towed a car with this trailer that I like. I kind of, or with this car, or I towed a car with my car that like I kind of felt the brakes, like I did with this.
Yeah.
Everything else, like,
It was.
because I've
it
towed
was
3 other
smooth.
cars with it, and I've towed trailers with a bunch of crap too, and never had a problem. But like,
Kids are active tonight.
Mhm.
I did feel it
Quite
though.
a few of them.
Yeah, we got a couple. But yeah, it was.
But it towed great, and we were getting 17.5
And that was the
miles
thing.
to the
Like,
gallon.
seriously,
It was
17
awesome.
miles to the gallon. Like,
Flat-
we were constantly looking at it. I'm like, there's no fucking way. There's no fucking way.
Great,
There's
man.
no way, man. And the reason the car's sitting at the way that it was is because when we went to back it in, literally, and
It's,
it's
a low,
it's a
it's a
great
low
trailer.
profile trailer.
The Cobra would have fit perfectly onto it.
Right?
We didn't.
we didn't have to take the ramps out to get
Yeah.
that off of
You
there.
just backed it right up to the.
backed up. It literally hit the little tiny. That my yard has just a tiny little bump right there.
It touched
It
right
hit
there,
that
and it
and touched,
was
and you're
level.
like,
And
well,
it was
time to
it was
back it
literally
off.
level to where it wasn't even like unstrap it and it rolled back. Me, him, and Sabrina had to push
pushed
it off
it
the
off.
trail. That's how level it was.
Yeah.
And it just, I'm like,
And that's
okay,
where it lives now.
That's where it's at. That's where it's at. And
And
yeah.
then
So we're all just going through the car and finding
we
a
got
whole bunch of
we got back at
small
like
bunch of stuff.
not even 11:30 in the morning. It was like 11 something. We got.
I
back.
know, but at that point it was 6 hours that we were together.
But, like-
I was fucking tired. He was fucking tired.
But
and
I
I'm
was like, dude, like it's only 11. I don't gotta go home yet. Like, let's play around.
Yeah, because
with the
I
car.
came over sometime after lunch,
yeah.
and then you showed back up,
I did.
and that guy, and even then I could tell both of these guys, they were tired.
Yeah,
like they were
I
wore
was,
out.
I was done.
But yeah,
and so we're sitting there, and Dan's like,
Bless
"Oh
you.
well," and I'm like, "Oh well, let's see about the motor." And he's like, "Let's get a socket and a breaker bar onto the crankshaft, and let's see if it's free and all that." And I'm like, "Okay." I'm like, but at that point, the battery from the '86 was what powered the winch and then everything and all that. So like,
Yeah.
shout out to a Rule King $55 battery. Like, fuck yeah. I'm like, it's sitting right there. I'm like, let's just hook it up. He's like, are you sure? I'm like, if it's locked up, it's gonna go.
Yeah.
Well, and then
Like, let's see. I'm like,
and then when
just fuck it.
when,
Let's do it.
Then he grabs the battery, and I pulled on the fan, and like the fan slipped, and the belts wouldn't move. I tried to grab the belts and move them, and I'm like, I think his motor might be seized.
And I'm like,
And then I was like-
nah. I'm like,
I said,
I'm like, just I'm like, fuck
Bump
it. What am I gonna? If it's seized, what am I gonna hurt?
Right.
What am I going to hurt because it's not going to move? Or what am I going to do?
Right.
Hooked it up. No fucking way.
And I was like, hat off, carburetor,
No
gas in,
fucking
come
way.
on.
Half a can of starting fluid. Son of a bitch ran for
It
the
did.
first time since 1998.
like it hadn't been parked. It was just like, I'm cool.
And it's
All
not
right.
like how the black 86 is.
No.
It was like the sound of it was solid compression every single cylinder. It was not
I
like,
imagine if you were
there
to
was
run a
no
compression
humps or
test, if you were to
anything
run a
like that.
compression test on that engine, I guarantee you that hell engine would be within 10 pounds
Yep.
across
Yep.
all four
Well, yep.
cylinders.
And then, that's what we were trying to like kind of figure out, like why it was taken off the road. And I think we've come to the conjunctive conclusion that he just started doing a bunch of maintenance on it, and then something happened to where he couldn't work on it
Yeah.
because there's a lot of stuff on the car you can visibly see is new, and then
I mean,
And you
it's been
found the
sitting for a
log,
while, but
too.
it's new.
Yeah,
right?
like the accessory belts are new. Looks like the timing belts new.
And,
Well, it's
and
like-
I mean, like they're like 30 years old, but they are new.
Well, and we
like
were,
there's no cracks in them, and that was the thing.
we were
like
pulling the
looking-
stuff out of the car, and yeah, you pulled the
get
one box out, and there's a
receipts.
turbo, and I was like, oh, dude, Mike, that's not good, man. That means like this turbo's probably locked up or something, and I'm pretty
no,
sure
it's
that's
not. No,
I'm
he
pretty
put
sure
a-
that
a
was the
new
old
turbo
turbo.
on
There's a
it.
new turbo on the car, and
And also the turbo setup on it, like it even
So
threw us
cool.
for a loop. It's not a blow-through turbo like we thought it would be. It's a draw-through turbo. So it's one of those. You got the turbo, and then the housing for it actually mounts to the fucking intake, and then the carburetor sits on top of it. It's not blowing through the carb. It's literally drawing.
It's drawing
through.
air and fuel through
it's-
and
and so
compressing
when
it.
you, and when you have everything on, it's covered by the air hat for the carburetor and everything. So if you're looking at the passenger side of the engine bay,
It's
just an
empty.
exhaust manifold
empty.
that has a pipe that goes away, and you're like,
Where does
where's
this
the
go?
turbo?
But when you look down that pipe, you see another pipe.
That
Comes
goes
You
the
see,
other-
you see
You're
the
like,
you
wait a
see
minute.
you see just
You see a pipe going this way and a pipe going like that, and you're like, wait a minute.
yeah, you just see stock NA cast iron exhaust manifold pipe that makes a hard turn to the driver's side, and then you see another pipe that comes out and makes a hard turn towards the back of the car, and you just look at that and go, what the shit?
And then so we started playing around and lubricating things. We freed the throttle,
Yep.
but
That
the,
still doesn't matter because
the accelerator pump is not.
Yeah,
It's actually fully accelerator pumping.
yeah, the
Um,
carb needs to be rebuilt and all that. I did just buy a new fuel pump because I got that for $13 on
Rock
clearance
Auto.
on Rock Auto. Once I get paid again, I will buy the rebuild kit from Rock Auto because it's $180 through Napa. It's $72 through
Rock Auto.
Rock Auto.
So even with shipping, that's going to be cheaper.
Exactly. But yeah, no, the car needs to be rebuilt. But it's one of those like,
We had it running just this evening.
and
Yeah, it
Chris heard
runs away
well,
when it
and-
starts running.
And, then, well,
And when they say running, I want to break in here for just a second. When they say running, what I mean is it fired up, it runs on all cylinders, it makes no noises, it
you
makes
can
no
hear the
ticks.
turbo.
Wait a
going-
minute,
you
it
can hear
does
the
make a
turbo
noise.
going,
Well, it doesn't make any unnatural
I
noises.
was going to say,
The noises that it is making are
you did
all
not see
correct
it
noises.
running today.
yeah, it
This
makes whirly boy noises.
Yes, it does
Hold
make
on, hold on.
it makes hurricane
Hold on.
noises.
It's running now. It's running at about 500 RPMs.
And there it is.
And then I shut it
Yeah.
off. But hey, it hit 5,000 RPMs,
Like
and
nothing.
it goes when you're done with it.
Yeah.
It makes all the correct
What's up, Mike?
noises.
Hey,
It doesn't
Mike.
make any bad noises on
Yeah,
the
it's not
inside.
making.
there-
there's-
Yeah.
It sounds
so
like a
once,
healthy
once it
motor.
starts, oil pressure gauge pings out. You can clear. There's
Oh.
no tick to it. There's no nothing with
that's
that.
right.
Like,
That's what formed our finding for the turbo. We were trying to find the frickin' dipstick. Before
Oh,
we
yeah.
even started, I was like,
because
dude,
it's
let's
not
look at
yellow.
the oil.
It's not a yellow handle.
And it's like buried in there, and I'm like, wait a
Yeah.
minute.
Yeah, it's
that
like
looks
a
like a turbo
9,000
on this
It's
side.
like a black
9,000
metal
feet of-
handle.
9,000 feet of fucking vacuum line.
So
that's under there.
I yoinked it out and did the old lipstick, boop, boop, and I was like, dude, that
It's
is
oil and then
now no
fuel.
gas.
Well, yeah, it smelled like bad oil, but
It smelled.
it's,
It was
it's
definitely.
not, it's
It was
not
definitely bad
chocolatey.
oil, but it was not like no
Vessel.
coolant, no gas, and then yeah, like
The coolant on the other hand, when you smell that,
that was
It doesn't have
atrocious.
coolant in it though.
No, I think that it was drained because like
'Cause
also
if-
the thing with the fuel tank.
if you smelt if you take the radiator cap off and you smell it, as Dan did, was the only time I've heard Dan actually gag.
It was bad.
Yeah.
it was bad.
But like I think stuff was drained. I don't and like the oil. So the oil. Have you ever smelled paraffin wax oil?
Yep.
What they
Yes.
use to like preserve things.
Yes.
It smells like paraffin wax oil. And I think what the guy did was I think he drained the fuel tank, I think he drained the radiator and put paraffin wax oil in the motor to preserve it while he was working on it because he knew it was going to be sitting or something.
See, I don't know. I mean, I did just put 2 gallons into it just to see, but like. It's
But
one of
also,
those-
the guy was also into like my dad, into aviation heavily.
Big in-
That's
big
kind
in
of what
Apparently,
made me think
heavily
about-
into aviation to the
and,
point.
and that's like the cool thing about
To
it
the
is
point
because
where
I've
he
been
was-
sharing with you all the information I've been finding out.
Yeah,
like,
I
about
just
it.
I sent Dad a picture of that business car,
Yeah,
and
he
Dad
was
was
like the president of the
Cessna 12140 Club,
for
Pennsylvania,
Pittsburgh. Yeah, for Pittsburgh.
for Pennsylvania. So, like, and there was receipts for aviation fuel.
And
So the guy apparently
he
had-
used to run aviation fuel in that, and his plane used to run regular, like, automotive gas into
Does
it.
that thing still have a catalytic converter underneath it?
Didn't
The
look
exhaust,
like it.
the exhaust is
The only reason
Okay.
I say that is because 101 low lead and 110 low lead octane aviation fuel still have tetraethyl lead.
To be honest, I
And-
don't think it does.
It has
Yeah, I
a
was gonna
different.
say.
It has a
Because,
different
like I
exhaust
said,
on it.
79
It
catalytic
would-
converters
yeah,
were a
would be.
thing. You know?
To be honest, I don't think it does.
Well,
Yeah.
so that's one thing I can tell you because I strapped the car. The exhaust had barcodes.
It was all
Yeah,
Na-
there's
it was
new-
all
Like,
Napa,
it was new.
all
It
Napa
was all new stuff on the
So
exhaust.
they're like I said, because like I said, leaded fuel through a catalytic converter is bad.
You know, like
Yeah.
I said, that
Like,
thing,
like
it's got
it
a
will
lot
clog
of
and
cherries.
it will clog and it will melt a catalytic converter.
It
It'll
has a
glow
lot
like
of
a
new
cherry.
parts on it, like
No,
the
it will glow
like the
white.
driver's side front brake hose. The driver's side front brake hose is still like rubbery, dark black rubber, and all the metal is still shiny.
And
Yeah.
that was bought in 2002.
Yeah,
And like I said, yeah, I did see the one
That-
section
that
of
was the
tailpipe. I did
last-
see the one section of tailpipe with the Napa stickers on
Yeah.
it. That's why I was so between, like I said, because
He was
it
just
looked like
tinkering
what the
with
guy
it.
was doing was buying automotive fuel because he had an STC on his airplane to run automotive fuel in it. So he was buying automotive fuel for the airplane and aviation fuel for that.
and apparently running the aviation fuel on that made it run like a fucking
Well, and that's
scalded
what-
pig.
Well,
That's
no,
what makes
because
me
like
wonder,
I said, 101 octane, you can do a little beep, beep with the timing, and not melt it.
Well, and that's
So
that's
I'm
what,
wondering if the timing was wrong.
well. Did you remember the distributor's bright blue,
Yeah.
like bright blue, and like when
Well,
we
that's
were
what it came with. Stop.
yeah, but like it's like he just replaced it not long ago, and like a lot of stuff on that motor looks like different to the point where like I think he might have messed with it a little bit just to have fun.
Well, you know
But
what?
at the
He
same
was-
time, like all the tinkering,
It
like
seems like he was a hot rodder. He was a.
yeah, and I think he probably did
You
that with
just
that.
need your dad to come over here and fucking figure this car out.
The only problem is Dad's not really a car guy. He's never has been.
So
This might have some aviation stuff in it.
Nah,
It might be like
that trip computer's got nothing to do with airplanes. I can tell you that.
call CJ's dad. Let's get him
I
back
looked-
over here.
hi.
Hello,
That is-
whoever you are.
I don't know
So
what
I
it is.
looked into like those cars with that turbo setup, and what people would do was they would get a turbo and they would port out the exhaust side, and it would make the internal part spool quicker. And because of how those work, with the atmospheric pressure that pulls in, if you have a bigger exhaust side to spool quicker, you make more boost. So I'm wondering if like maybe that was one of the things this dude did, because like I just had this like keen feeling this dude was like messing with this car like in I don't know, like an airplane guy kind of mindset, and having fun with it in certain ways. And we found the other turbo in the car. That turbo looks way newer than the one that was in the car. There's no reason
So
why
it's
he would have
entirely
some-
pot. Did you check like the end play of the turbo shaft in that one? In
No.
the old one? It's
Oh
entirely.
no, in the old one, yeah, I did it. It's the
No,
that
the
old,
one that was in the box.
yeah, that thing's fucked.
Yeah.
That's like
Oh.
a shitty bad old.
Oh,
turbo.
so it's cooked. Journal
Yeah.
bearings are shot.
So I'm wondering if this dude messed with this thing too, because like that's the thing is like when it would like takes off and it hits that little power band, the turbo whirls and that thing takes off quick.
It does, and when we shut it off, it goes.
I'm wondering.
It,
Just saying.
it does make those wonderful noises.
Yes,
Like-
it does.
And
Well,
it doesn't
when you-
have a blow-off valve. It doesn't.
No,
Like,
it doesn't have anything. It's
No,
just
that-
It's
that's
not
literally-
even intercooled.
no. It's just gonna. It's
no.
just gonna. I mean, it'll just compressor
That-
surge
that-
and just
that's
get high
like-
ATs.
That's like old school race car turbo technology kind of stuff, which is really cool because it's a
I
pace
also
car.
want to let you know when you start it up, the turbo light does light up.
Nice.
That lets you know they're making
Carry on, fellas.
positive pressure. It goes turbo.
Nice.
It's right above the
Because
shit
it was
now.
you know
And
the
buckle your
late
seatbelt.
'70s, which meant calling something turbo was just calling it better.
Yeah, if it wasn't a turbo car, it would just have a vacuum gauge on it. It would have been your fuel economy
Yes.
thing. Like all the vacuum means you're getting horrible fuel economy. But
Low vacuum means you're driving like a very responsible individual.
So can I toot my own little bit now?
Yeah,
Oh,
can
before
get-
that,
can
we
get
have
our,
we have something.
we have what?
We have something.
Oh,
We have what? What do we have?
I thought that was the miscellaneous thing. It was just sitting there, but
No,
he
I
has.
have no idea what
What
the
is
fuck
that?
he's talking about.
I don't know what that is either.
No, these two don't know what this is. So
I don't know what this is either.
So when I came over to look at the car, and I came in and had a chat with Sabrina, and Sabrina was surfing on eBay, she saw something, and I looked at it and went, "Get it." So this is from me and Sabrina.
What?
What is it? No way.
Yes, way.
Really?
Really.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's a pace car.
Hell yeah.
Oh, that's sick.
That's fucking awesome. Thank you.
79 Mustang pace
Nice.
car.
Thank you. But no, it's the actual pace car because it's a T-top, so there was only 3 of them. So they had a 1969 Boss 02 motor in them with a 70 Mach 1 crankshaft and pistons. They're running 71 Boss 351 heads onto it, all done by Roush. They were automatic because they didn't want the people to stall, but they did want them to go fast enough that they can do it.
But still, they made that car into a car, and you have that car,
Yes.
just without the T-tops.
Yes.
But you own one of those. You have that car.
I know, if you see one with T-tops, it's either an imitation or it's
It's a real,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like a 1 of 3 actual used in
Thank
Indianapolis.
you.
Fuck yeah, that's awesome.
Hold on.
It even has
So-
marshals.
Yes. So you gotta show
It
the
even
camera.
has
Gotta
marshals.
show the camera. Yep. Sabrina was just scrolling through pace car parts, pace car stuff on eBay,
That's
and I saw it and I
awesome.
was like, get it. I just peeled off. I was like, here, get it.
So cool.
Thank you.
You have a super cool car. Like we're all
Thank
like,
you.
like I don't think you. I think
No, like
we're all nerding out as hard as you are about this car. This
And the
is
thing
super
is, like,
fucking
and the
cool
thing
car.
is, like, this is a Greenlight, and Greenlight does their cars. They do
Really
such
good
a good
stuff,
job on their
yeah.
stuff.
It looks like it's really detailed.
And so it's one of those right now. I'm trying to find a jacket. So I have a jacket that I can have from someone that we know,
Yes.
but it's an extra large. So that's why I haven't gotten it yet. But
I would-
also, it's one of those, you know how his condition of stuff is.
Yes.
I've been trying to find a smaller medium so that way, you know, I can actually wear it.
Yeah.
But it's one of those I might end up just getting that extra large and doing that. But because this is literally
the person we're talking the
brand
person
new like thing, and also
the
the
person
person
we-
we're talking about like
he-
absolutely loves the fact
he
that
shall
I got
go
this car.
he shall go unnamed, but he has quite the collection, and occasionally he will part with some
Send
of
me
that stuff just because. It's nice to see the children happy.
That's so cool. That's
yeah,
awesome.
well, like I said, it just randomly, like we weren't specifically. She was just randomly looking at eBay for just pace car stuff like taillights because the one taillight's broken.
Yeah.
So she was just kind of scrolling through and see what prices of stuff were, and that thing popped up, and I was like, get it. I was like, take my money, get it.
Yeah. I'm so happy for him. I am so happy that he got that car.
Yeah, I know.
Like I was like, dude, you have to get that car.
Yeah.
It's kismet. It was fate that that
Yeah.
guy drove up and went, hey, by the way, I have your dream car for
Yeah,
sale.
for
Would you
real.
like to buy it?
And not advertised anywhere.
Right. Well, it was because it didn't need to be advertised. 'Cause
Yeah.
it was meant to come to Mike.
Yeah.
Which beer are we doing?
Do the First Mad Oktoberfest. We'll save the other one for another night.
Yeah, that other one though, I did look at that a while back.
Yeah.
But then I ended up. That's when I got the other Aldi beer instead.
I saw it and I was like, mine.
Yoink.
Put that on the belt. Because it was right there at the register. I was like, we're taking that home with us.
So when Mike gets back, I would like you to give your proper, honest review of stock to what it is now. If you can remember your time driving the stock,
Yes.
I'd like that.
Okay.
I think that's a proper thing too because, like I said, I highly doubt there's a lot of people doing that. And
On an NA version of yours.
yeah, and that's probably why too. Like the dude was like, "Oh, here's your tune," like, "Yo, like somebody's finally doing this."
Yeah.
Anyway,
So like I said, so that first real hit that I did,
yeah,
that was all the way down there, almost to Glencoe.
it's
Like I went up and hit the stop sign, and then I went a little ways until I got a little bit flatter area,
that made me realize. How
and then
loud it
came to a
actually
stop and went.
Oh, yeah, we could hear it. Because we pulled up and I'm like, hey, Dan, where's your car? And we heard, "Rah!" It's down there.
Well, and like I said, now like when you go sport mode now, first through third, it's wham pam pam, and it's like that's way better than it was. It used to fucking have a big lag to it, and especially second and third was like nothing, and now it's like it purposely tells you, hey, you're shifting, brother.
Yep.
And I'll save it.
Mm-hmm. Genuinely surprised though. I didn't think just doing a tune would make me like that car so much more again. I think it's just like the low end pickup is what I like the most.
That I'm so happy I found that.
That was
today.
a great grab. That's
Like
delicious.
I intentionally was looking for a stout.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted. I want a stout or a porter. I really,
getting colder out, we can
I
find
really
the drink
wanted,
again.
like I said, I really wanted to find a stout. But then there was a couple there that I was like, oh, we have had that one already. And I was like, okay, I know we have not had this one. Still confirmed just to make sure. And I'm like, stout, porter, close enough.
Oh,
Yep.
I was telling them before you got here at a certain place where I go to most of the time.
Uh-huh.
I get there before a lot of other people do, and there just happens to be a Elantra N in an enclosed space, and somebody was like, "Hey, I want to hear it run," and I said, "How about I put it in N mode, do pops and bangs in the building since no one's here?" And I did.
Thank you.
Have we had this one?
No, we have not. I checked the list.
Okay.
The color scheme is similar to that
To
one that I
another
had
one,
before.
yes.
Yes,
That's what it is.
Well, I think it's. I think those colors and everything are pretty common to the season that it
Well,
celebrates.
yeah, the color scheme on the can is close to it.
Oh, I've
Oh, you
mucked it up here.
you fucked up, buddy.
I've mucked it up.
Ruh-roh, Raggy.
I'm only halfway
Michael!
through. I tried. I didn't do it wrong. It's just things went awry. See, he's having the same
I did
problem.
not mess it up because I only have maybe 3 other drops left in this
That
thing.
smells like an
This is
old
exact-
English Oktoberfest.
This is exactly how a head on this should look.
It's got that like old English must to
No,
it.
no, Chris, this is how a head on one should look.
I'm right there. I've got it. I just got to get the rest of the can in there.
That's the rest of my can.
That's frightening. You guys are scaring me.
I
No.
win.
Now,
Wow, look at
This
that's
is-
gorgeous actually.
Oh, just gonna throw because of this one here reminded me of another one, not quite the same. If we get over to Cop sometime to see Celtic or whoever,
24th.
if we go over there, which I hope
Next
we will,
weekend. Next weekend.
you guys should try their double black stout.
Oh, yeah, it's good.
Sauced Hogs has it on draft all the time, and that
It's
is like
so
now I go to Sauced Hogs and I get my barbecue pork and everything. That is like
Ooh.
I go to Sauced
Gonna
Hogs.
say also,
That
off
is my
camera,
go-to.
We're gonna have to figure out dates because next episode we can't do next episode because I'm away. I know you're away.
Yep.
You're gonna be away this Halloween day. So either we do 24th at Cop with Celtic Conundrum or we do it afterwards.
Actually, okay with that.
Yeah, but
We'll
we're
figure
gonna
it
have
out.
to figure that out. But
Slancha, Frost.
Slancha,
Chin
Frost,
chin.
Chin chin, kai pao.
the head works on it.
Oh, that's lovely.
You need it with the head.
Oh, that's just
You
lovely.
need
That
it
is
with the head.
lovely.
Like, there's nothing.
Try it with the head.
There's
You
nothing
need
like,
that. You
oh,
need
there's
that.
this thing going on. It's a Marzen, it's an Oktoberfest. We don't have to say anything other
need
than
it with
just
the head.
it's lovely.
It gets the vanilla note comes in the head.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
I agree.
You
Brings,
need the
brings,
head.
brings a little bit.
It does.
You need the head.
Damn
It's
it!
always good.
You know what?
Yes, it is.
I like some head.
He beat me to it.
Well, damn, boys, I think we did
Properly good.
good.
We did
on-
an excellent job tonight.
We did real good. Okay, let's get this added to the list so I don't forget it.
So, how's everyone today?
Should we talk
I'm doing
about the wonderful hype man shit that you did?
Oh, the entire time going, that somebody was
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
bugging.
flying. I thought it was a cop at first. It was not. It was not.
I was a very good positive reinforcement upon Michael, and made sure that he
I was a nervous wreck
and I kept him together the best
because I was
could.
between
Oh, was there any reading
No.
on this one?
no, I did not see one, and it came from a can top, so there was no box for it.
So this was, we didn't even say. So this is First Magnitude's Magtoberfest,
Marzen.
their Marzen Lager, and it is fantastic.
It is. And I tried to make Mike feel really good about his decision because I also thought it was an amazing decision and an excellent deal, so on and so forth. It was brilliant. The whole experience was so much fun. I miss doing stuff like that. That was
It was. I was so nervous. We were in the car together for more than 4 hours. I probably only talked an hour of it. The ride out
I
there,
kept trying to get him to
I
talk.
was
And the bad
just
part is too is like
staring out
I
the
like having
window,
windows
just
down, too,
like
and stuff. You were
I was
trying to
like,
focus on something else.
I'm trying not to shit myself. Like, this is, why am I doing this? Am I doing, like, should I be
And
doing
then, and
this?
then we got
Like,
there before he did, like a solid 15 minutes before he did.
20 minutes.
20 minutes.
We were
And
supposed to
Mike's
meet at
panicking.
9.
And then-
We pulled, well, because I knew how things were before, so it was like we were supposed to meet up at 9. We pulled up in the driveway at 9:05.
I'm like, bro,
And
let's
no
just get
sign of
started loading the
anybody.
car
I'm
up.
I helped Dan back up. I'm like, let's fucking go. We took the jack out. We got the car jacked up. Got the 2 new front tires on there. We got everything going. We pushed it back and forth. Got the brakes fucking loose of it. Hooked up the fucking battery. Got it hooked up to the winch. And I'm like, we had it almost on the trailer. I'm like, stop. Let's wait. Like, at this point, and like he pulled in like 20 minutes later. It was like, oh, like y'all got. I'm like, yeah, no, we got the tires off of it. We got those tires in the back of the Porsche already. We got everything hooked up. Like, here's the money. Title. Let's sign. Let's go. And he's like, oh, like, y'all are ready. We're like, oh yeah, no,
Yes.
we're ready.
We're
ready.
professionals.
And so, speaking of said Porsche, just for me to toot my own horn here, Brian.
Oh, we scraped the fuck out of pulling out of there though, because the driveway goes, it like the last little part like dips down and then dips back up. And we're like, ah! I'm like,
So-
you got it. It
So
was-
Dan, you should refresh everybody as to what your vehicle is.
So, I daily drive a 958 Porsche Cayenne S.
Okay,
It
so
is-
for normal people, what year?
It's a 2011, and
For normal people, what year?
for a couple years, they
Oh
utilized.
shit! Sorry,
You made a good decision. Don't second guess yourself.
Yeah, thank you, Mike.
Goddamn right.
For a couple years, Porsche only utilized their M48 V8 for the S's. So mine has the Porsche M48 V8. I have
Which sounds like a Hemi brother.
I have
in a
a-
good
I-
way. Good way.
I have what I like to call a custom axleback exhaust.
Hacked
on
the
it.
mufflers off and welded some tips in place.
Fuck yeah.
And I got it tuned. And Softronic is the one who tuned it. Softronic was fantastic. They were very attentive. They had it tuned to me in less than a freaking day after I did my
You
data
said,
logs.
Brian, you took it for a
And,
ride with that. So, and you drove it before.
I was gonna say
Yes,
Brian's
I-
driven it before.
I drove it
and
before and I drove it after. And keep in mind, this car, this thing has well over 200,000 miles on it at this point.
220.
21.
Yeah.
Almost
It had-
222.
it had-
No, we hit
At the-
we hit 221 on
Yeah.
the drive
At the time, though,
with the trail
that was-
car on the trailer. We hit 221.
When
Yeah.
you drove it, that was still in the 200 range.
Yeah.
That was like right after I got
That was
it.
like
Still-
that was like
the
201,
dash was still a
202.
Christmas tree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no, did you like that? There's nothing.
Yeah, there's
on
nothing
there.
on
There's
there.
I know.
engine light, nothing.
The only thing it keeps telling me is to check your rear your
the
license
taillight,
plate light.
It's got LEDs and it doesn't like it.
Yeah.
So.
So
But I want to say, like, I drove it like regularly. I
yeah.
did not drive it today because I already had a few beers, and that Brian had not at
Well,
that point.
It's a pleasant car to drive, and when you push the gas,
Oh, yeah,
it's
it-
like,
it-
all right, we're doing work.
okay,
It does
I'm just
stuff like
happy to
that.
get into Dan's car and drive it because I don't have to move the seat.
True.
I don't have to move the seat around.
It's not like my cars.
Yeah. So
So,
my impressions of it, the first time I drove it, it did not have the exhaust. Second time I drove it, it did have the exhaust, and the difference then was no real change in performance, but making the noises that it makes, especially when you let off of it and let it kind of run back down, that exhaust makes you want to drive it like an ignorant asshole. It just does. Hammy brother.
We did not drive it like an ignorant asshole with the trailer.
Well, no,
We
you-
drove like Miss Daisy.
Well, because you're driving with a trailer. It doesn't matter what you're driving. If you have a trailer, don't drive like an asshole. Doesn't stop some people from driving like assholes, but hey. So driving it with the exhaust in no tune, and then driving it with the exhaust in tune now. Thing I noticed was transmission's a little bit snappier. First, second, and third. It also seems to me like it's locking the converter earlier, which helps with the crispness of how crispy
Yeah.
the shift is right there, because there's no slip in the converter. It's like running up, locking the converter, and then it's just shifting with the converter locked, and that's going to make everything feel snappier because there's not going to be any slip going on through the coupling.
right.
It also feels like he may be doing a little bit with the VCT and cam control. And kind of advancing and kind of keeping the cams, or the intake side especially, advancing it a little bit more or advancing it a little bit earlier and keeping it advanced a little bit longer. because it's moving like the torque and the power seem to come in a little bit earlier. So,
and that's what I was thinking.
That's the kind of change that even if you're not really making a whole bunch more power,
it makes the most difference.
It's gonna drop that power into the range where you're gonna be driving it most of the time, daily driving it.
Feel it.
So it's kind of gonna feel like your 86 or any old pushrod car. They just make gobs of torque in the mid range, so you can drive those through traffic, and it feels like you're really powerful.
Oh God! Like I'm the top of the world. I'm doing 35. Yes.
And then you get smoked by a minivan.
Yes.
But no, that thing will not get smoked by a minivan. But yeah, it definitely, like I said, that low and mid range power is more aggressive. The transmission's a bit snappier. It still could be a little more responsive to the manual shift.
I agree. It's like it's more attuned to not using it because when you leave it in the regular auto, doing sport to them, it's a lot quicker than the response from the buttons
or moving the shifter. That was the one that, like I said, the first hit that I did on it, I drove out a ways until I got a little more flat ground on the road that I was in Mexico. Came to a stop, clicked the sport button, stepped off the throttle and just whacked it. And ran it up to third and then let off of it, and it held third. It didn't just shift into fourth when you let off. It held third for a while. And finally I was just like, interesting. And as it kind of ever got down to speed and RPM and everything sort of come together, then it went ahead and shifted into fourth. And then from then on out, I was playing with it in manual mode, and every time I just stomped on it and went through 3 gears and let off of it, I giggled like a little girl. Again, that thing just makes you want to drive it like an ignorant asshole.
You know it's good when Brian says I giggled like a little girl.
Oh yeah.
Like that's just all you want to do. That's just it.
That's how you know, like, you did good.
I would imagine driving that on like a small like circuit track now. Because of the way it hangs like that, it stays in the... That'd probably be a blast.
It probably would.
Blasting through corners, coming out sideways.
Honestly, dude...
I know a place you can go if you want.
I'm thinking you might need to take that to Leadfoot.
I think I do.
And so, obviously, Brett went to Leadfoot tonight, but he wasn't able to take his car because the oxygen sensor died in Lecanto.
Yeah.
So I asked him if he'd have it fixed by next week, and he's like, I'm not sure. And I'm like, well, not with that attitude. So if... And I know that another friend of mine has a 2025 EcoBoost Mustang hardtop, and he is absolutely itching to go to Leadfoot, to have some fun with the thing because he's got his Dave Post.
Okay.
So they bought that recently, and I drove it. Like they brought it home from Yeoman's Ford, and like 2 days later I drove it.
Is that Dave? That Beard Dave?
No, not Beard Dave. No, he lives over in Citrus Springs. He actually has a real deal '69 Camaro Z28 with different Dave. I'm not sure.
And now the launch control lets you go higher than it used to.
Yeah.
Okay. Mike says something I can't read it.
Citrus Raceway is sounding good in the background. Yeah, we get race car noises over here.
But that was another thing I wanted to mention about when you hook that thing up to a trailer, it automatically will calculate the weight of the trailer and everything and make the shift happen accordingly.
So it was crazy because as soon as we plugged it in, the dashboard went crazy and then was like, trailer, here you go. And I'm like, what? And it's like auto stop. Well, the auto stop is always
it turns off the
like,
stop start. And
so all that, and then like it made it to where just as soon as we hooked up that trailer, just even driving out of his property, totally different.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was like the Ranger putting it in like tow mode, but you didn't have to. It just as soon as it realized there was a trailer there, it just full on went to like engine braking, everything like that.
And then when we put the car on there, it completely adjusted. Again, it was only running like halfway back when we were doing like the city stuff. It was only going first through fourth gear.
Yeah,
and it was like holding in like.
So on our way back, like we skipped.
Did it feel like it was locking the converter up, or was it keeping the converter fairly loose?
I think it does transfer case fuckery too.
Okay.
And transferring power between the front and rear wheels.
It wasn't a converter, but there was definitely other stuff happening. Like you could feel it. So. And
it's one of them torque vectoring transfer cases, so it can transfer power between all four wheels, and it's got the active rear diff, so it can transfer power between all four wheels. It was. And you could tell it was doing it like on its own, like.
It felt weird, but like not weird, but like
Not weird bad, but weird good.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and on the way back, we didn't go. So on the way there, we ended up hopping onto the turnpike just to the one part. The other way, we ended up going like through Leesburg, then getting on to 44 that way, and just riding
Cruising back
for
through
Just
Forest
cruising
Lake.
back.
that, yeah.
Just cruising back here.
Yeah. And yeah, no, it was.
I mean, shoot, 65, 70, we were vibing with the car, just cruising.
Yep. Yeah, no, it was, and it didn't even realize that it was on there, and it downshifted before we even got
Oh,
to
yeah.
like stop, like just even
Before
letting off the
even,
gas, it just
Immediately
it full on-
downshifted and was
Yeah.
complementing engine with the brakes.
So how did it? I'll ask the question. So from you sitting in the passenger seat, because obviously he was driving, and then the last time we did this, he was driving. How did it feel in the passenger seat compared to the Ranger?
It was different. So
Can you be a little more specific, please?
yes, no, and that's what I'm going to. So,
I love it. I love it when I'm able to break. Sort
So
of
it was one of those. Both of them, I could not tell that there was a trailer behind us. Yours is obviously
like I said, there's
9 years.
yeah,
newer
there's years
than
of
that.
development between these two
Right.
vehicles.
10 speed versus 8 speed.
I was
and
going to say, I
that.
feel like his would compensate way better than mine does.
Yours the entire time, even with one on there with the U-Haul trailer.
And it
and
probably
that,
don't help
like,
that I got the exhaust with it's slapping against
Yeah,
the front
well,
of the Mustang.
well,
like,
but not even that. It was one of those. Yours with the 10 speed and all that. It handled it. I'm not even saying handle it better.
Just different, but good.
Yes. But his was more transmission oriented.
Right.
Like I said, the one thing I noticed about
I
in
wouldn't
his,
even say transmission.
the only time I
oriented.
ever
like,
felt
well,
that
like
there
he
was a
said, like the all-wheel drive, like it was. The difference was it not in the transmission and that it was in the wheels.
where it was, yeah, it was weird.
Like,
You could
you
feel
could-
when the front
you could
wheels would
tell.
pull versus the rear wheels pushing.
Right. You could tell that, and then also the brakes in his was better.
yeah, the only time I ever noticed
'cause I got
that
the
there was a car
ridiculous
behind
freaking
us
brakes
and
on mine.
with yours was
When
when
it would hit the trailer
was
brake.
when it
though.
would hit the trailer brakes. That's
Right.
the only
But
time you
that's the
ever
thing,
felt that
this,
it was.
This one didn't have a trailer brake.
Yeah.
And it didn't even have electronic trailer brakes, so it was
No.
solid weight the entire time.
Yeah.
Them 6 Pistons, baby.
So we would get a surge every once in a while, and you would feel like not even on the brakes the entire.
Just like the inertia of everything.
yeah,
You
but
kinda
you
feel
would
going-
you would feel the drivetrain affecting that.
Yeah,
like
well, that's
trying
when
to
the engine-
compensate for that.
Yeah, the engine would start braking and
Yes.
start pulling the RPM up
Like
further.
and it would like full on like almost like a Jake brake on like a track.
Well,
on
it's,
trailer.
when we were towing the Mustang
Yeah.
back from Daytona, that was the first thing he noticed was when we were on the way back, I had it in tow haul mode,
Yeah.
and when you'd go to brake, I was just barely touching the brakes,
Mhm.
and it was,
It was pulling
wow,
back.
wow, wow,
Yeah.
it was shifting, it was
Yeah, it was downshifting like, and it
and
wasn't,
engine braking
and it
like
wasn't
crazy.
skipping gears through the downshift. I was sitting there, you know, like I said, because on the way back from Daytona with that, we all had bellies full of barbecue sandwiches, so we were all kind of like, all right, we're chilled out and enjoying our cherry lamb soda. But I could sit there and watch the dash and see the tack and just see what the car
could
was
see
feeling.
it, yeah.
And when he would start to brake, you would just see it. You could feel it downshift, but then I was watching the tack, and the tack was just going.
It was bumping up to like 4K.
Whit, like, and it was just like going from 10th gear, 8th gear, 7th, you know, boom, boom. It wasn't skipping gears
Was
on
that
the way
using
down.
tow haul mode?
Yes.
Yes.
See, that's the weird thing though, is like how that like I don't understand.
So mine will, when I plug a trailer in, it will pop up, trailer detected, and then it'll give you the option to input the trailer dimensions for the blind spot
spots.
detection.
Right.
If you skip
Which
that,
is
it will
awesome.
say blind spot detection disabled,
Yeah.
and it will not let you enable blind spot detection until you unplug the trailer. Then you've got the button on the dash or on the console for tow haul mode that
Right.
you can activate or deactivate. If it's less than a 2,000-pound trailer, I'm not even turning that on because I don't
neither.
need to. And the thing with the brakes you were talking about, so with the Rangers, it's a known thing that they come with some air in the brake lines from the factory. You have to bleed the ABS system to get the air out. I towed that Mustang before I did that. And braking on that truck has always been like, that's a weak point on that truck. The brakes are not the greatest. It's a soft, mushy, vague, meh kind of pedal.
Right.
And it always has been.
I almost wonder if swapping the Bronco brakes on it would help.
I wonder. But the brakes on that truck have never been impressive.
Great.
They're not great. They're adequate at best.
Yeah.
But he's got 6-piston Brembos all the way or on the front.
And when
so-
those things activated, we were stopping.
Yeah.
You know,
as someone who used to have Brembo brakes on a Mustang, I know the difference between.
Well, you know what? Not even going to the Brembos.
It was one of those. We were coming up to the light at 441 and 44, and we stopped. Right.
You know, and it's funny because it's not just the calipers that you notice the difference of, because when I drove your car just before you sold it.
Yeah.
So yeah, obviously there's a
pads.
slightly different pedal feel between a fixed caliper or a monoblock caliper and a slider caliper.
Yeah.
There's a different pedal feel.
Bless you.
But on going from the brakes that came stock on his car to the GT500 brakes, there's a larger diameter rotor, so it gives more leverage or more torque. Now I went from the smaller V6 brakes to the GT brakes, which is the brakes that came on your car.
Right.
And even that changed. And doing that to my car, the only parts you change is the rotor and the caliper bracket.
Yeah.
Same caliper, same pads. You don't even crack the system open. It's just changing the diameter of the rotor, moving the caliper out to match it, so you just get the additional leverage.
Right.
And you can really feel the difference
Yeah.
between
Well,
the V6, especially when you go screaming into 3 or 4 corners in a row. That's when you feel the upgrade.
Well,
So
it's wild. The first time I ever had to actually jam the brakes in that, like I realized I don't ever have to jam the brakes like I did, like ever. Like even in the situation I was in, any other car I would have been in, I slammed my brakes and I would have almost hit the car that was coming out in front of me. And that I like almost instantly stopped, and I felt like I looked like an asshole. I was like, oh. Okay, it stops that quickly.
Yeah.
Right. It's like the braking system I had on my 5 Series. Because I had a 1985 Series that had solid mounted 4-piston calipers up front, solid mounted dual piston calipers in the back. And when I say that car would stop on a dime and give you back 8 cents, I mean
That's
it.
how that freaking
In 1980, that car, you'd stand on the brakes and that car would just, and we're
Yeah.
done.
yeah,
So the
'cause
solid mount calipers is really where it's at, in my opinion.
yeah, but like I said, just going on the brake rotor diameter size, like when I had the original smaller rotors and caliper slides on the car, I did have an instance where I had somebody just literally just dive across the nose of the car, you know, basically no mirror check, no shoulder check, one of those kind of things. And I hammered on the brakes and made the ABS engage, got the pulsing through the pedal and everything, but I never heard the tires. I never heard that, and I was like, I don't like this. So then I did the upgrade, and then when I was bedding in the pads, I decided to go ahead and see what would happen if I popped the ABS, and I just hammered down on it and got the ABS after I had some temperature into them, and it, and I was like, that's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to hear. And yeah. And also, if you're hooning out on a certain road that goes from a major highway out towards water that's a little over 9 miles long and has 53 or 54, depending on how you count them, curves and corners and some braking zones, yeah, it helps.
Yep.
Yeah.
Speaking of that non-existent road, that's just a myth. One of the people who I work with just bought a 25 Miata Club 6-speed manual, and he's not from the area.
So that
So
would
he
so
put it
that
into
would
the
have
water,
the that would
so
have the
what's-
Tours Unlimited slip diff in the back of it as
Yes.
well.
Yes.
Yes.
So he is not from this area.
So he put it into the water. So what's his insurance going for?
So he was talking like I made friends with him because he's a car guy too, and then
So he put
I was
it
like,
into the
so
water.
I said, so do you
Now, he may not have hit the water. He may have just hit the the marsh grass.
I was
Or
like,
one of the
these-
So
trees.
he's upside down. So like, do I get a new like?
You know, because
I-
like I
on
said,
my
not
wall?
every corner out there has water on the
I-
outside of it. Some of them just have the marsh muck.
I told him about the road,
He hit the peacock.
and he's like, what? And I said, yeah, man, you can look it up, like, and find it here and there. And he goes on
Literally
Google
right-
Maps.
right in
Honestly,
front of
literally,
him.
I got to say about this road, mile marker 1 to mile marker 3 is my absolute favorite section.
Oh,
It
yes,
is.
it is.
Is my absolute favorite.
Same
The
here.
back stuff is
Yeah.
fun because it's really tight and it's really technical,
Well-
but that road has aged a
I
lot
was gonna
over
say,
the
that's what
years.
stinks is like it's really dilapidated. It's really bumpy now.
But-
and
yeah.
everything.
I'm torn on this actually when it comes to this road. I don't think the residents out there want the road repaved.
No, they don't.
Okay.
Because
Because
of
it
people
would
like
make-
us.
Yeah, because of people like us.
Not even us. Motorcycles.
Motorcycles.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. As much as I would, on one part of me does really want to see the road resurfaced and smoothed out, because even back 30 years ago when I made a pretty quick run, given the horsepower that I was working with, the road wasn't the greatest. It's
Right.
considerably worse now. I don't know if I were in a similar power to weight ratio, neutral
If you
handling.
did the same thing.
I don't know if I could make the same time, given just the degradation of the road.
yeah.
And even the visibility, because the foliage, the bushes and stuff have grown up quite a bit in
Oh,
30
wow.
years. Like, there's a lot. And there are more houses out there. So even if I did a dark
Yeah.
time run, and also I am also older, so I tend to view things with a little more caution than I did
Yeah.
30 years ago.
Really?
A little bit. A little bit. I know it does. Okay, Mike.
I know.
Okay, no.
I just
What
had to
this
say that.
should tell you is if you see the cautions that I take now,
How wild you were back then.
imagine. Just let that rattle. Just ruminate on that for a
I
bit.
know,
So-
because at that point he had an extra leg to lose.
Well, so this, with you saying that, this dude, he's only
come
24.
on, come on.
He's only 24. by
Oh,
the
he's
way.
prime. He's prime.
He's
So-
primed to lose leg.
Well, so he,
Or at the very least, put it in salt marsh.
so he's recovering from a really bad motorcycle accident. and
Oh,
So
never
he
mind. Never
lost
mind.
leg.
Never mind. He's gained some caution.
He has to. Well,
He's gained some caution.
He's using a cane right now because he almost lost his left leg.
Oh, what size shoe?
So
Because we can finish that job and I can have a shoe buddy.
anyway, I told him about this road, and he's looking it up on Google Maps. He's like, "Dude, that looks insane." And I said, "Listen, do me a favor,
This
because
is
now I'm gonna
literally
feel
right
bad."
in front of your fucking shop.
I said, "If you go down this road,
Do
do
three.
the speed limit." I
Do
said,
three or
the speed
do
limit.
three or. Actually, Dan, you should send him to our YouTube channel because, funny enough,
It's
there
there.
is a video
Yes, there is.
of me taking a relaxed drive on that
Right.
road.
So I told him, like, do the speed limit and relax when you go down the road. And then the next day, I guess something happened to where he was an hour late, and I didn't know anything about it. And I'm like, "Fuck, dude, Kenny's not here."
Oh, God.
I told him to go down to Ozello last night, and he said he was going. And then he shows up, and he's like, "Dude, I'm gonna have to send you the footage." And I was like, "What?" And he walked me out to his car. He's got one of the pogo stick things.
Oh, he's got a
Yeah.
gap cam on the back.
And he recorded when he went down, and he said he went down and up like 3 times, and he said he had so much more fun coming up than he did down. And he's like,
Yeah,
that road
yeah.
is ridiculous. He's like, I can't believe a road like that is hidden out here. And he said, I hope nobody ever finds out about it. And I was like, good.
Found out about it. Road and track or car and
Road
driver.
tracks already
The tail
let
of
that
the gator.
cat
Tail
out
of
of
the
the
gator.
bag.
Tail of the gator with the GT500.
Yep. So, did he happen to do an all-out timed run?
I don't know if he actually timed anything.
Well, I mean, if there's footage,
There should be times.
you can time it. But was he actually trying to make a run?
He said the last time he came back up, he did. Because he said the first 2 or 3 times he went down, he got stuck behind a cop once, which he was like, I thought there wouldn't be cops on this road. I'm like, me too. And then another time he got stuck behind an RV.
Yeah.
But the last time when he came back, he said
Clean
nobody
run.
was in front of him, and he went full out. So,
Yeah, so, and again, I'm curious, not so much to see if his time was quicker than my time, because there's The cars, they're kind of similar as far as power to... Actually, yeah, power to weight are probably pretty similar.
Probably, yeah.
Weight balance front to rear is very similar.
Yeah.
Suspension, brakes, and tires are very different.
I was about to say, yeah,
And
there's
he's
3
all-
or
and
4
he's all-
decades
There's
of-
40 years of difference between the car that I did it in and the car that he just did it
And
in.
he's all stock, but it's a club, so I'm assuming it's probably got tighter suspension.
Oh yeah.
I don't...
But I don't know.
Is
I
there a
think-
real difference in the suspension
I
on
think,
those, or is it?
I think the club is more just a trim level now. To be
I
honest,
think it's a trim level. I think it has a Torsen LSD in it, though.
probably.
It does. It
So
does.
I mean, in a way, it's kind of similar to my car because my car was a GSL.
When he told me he was getting chirps on some corners.
Yeah, because
Like
my
right
car
on
was
the-
oh yeah. When I did my run, my tires were talking to me hard. Like they were singing on some of the corners, like really singing. But so his car's pretty close to a 50-50 weight balance. My car was pretty close to 50-50 weight balance. I imagine his car is a couple 300 pounds heavier than mine, just with all the safety stuff that goes into it. He's got bigger brakes than I had. He's got a lot more tire, not just tire size and section width, but also just tire technology.
Yeah.
Because I was running on
Not
a set
as
of
much.
I was running on a set of 13-inch Falcons,
Yeah.
Right.
not
which
so
I had
much,
some. I
Seas
still
off
had.
of
I
it,
still had
teens
some.
of some
I still
kind.
had some sidewall, and also suspension. I had a solid axle car, and he's got an IRS car. So I mean, there's a lot of improvements over 42 years of change between my car and his car. So I'm really curious to see what his time was. Like I said, I mean, if it's quicker, great. If it's not quicker, great for me. But I'm really kind of just to see what his car was like compared to what I remember mine as being.
Well, he's a really nice kid too, and he's like really appreciative of all kinds of cars. Like
Mhm.
he's one of those like people
So
that's in their
he's-
early 20s that's like a car enthusiast like us.
So he's a younger version of me, just wants to drive all the cars.
Everything and anything. And like I'm super surprised too, because like he got in a pretty bad accident and got fucked up. He's like just want to get back up and keep going. Not as bad as you, obviously, but
And how old were you when that happened?
22. I had my 23rd birthday in Tampa General
So-
Hospital.
So what you're
So-
saying, Dan, is you've met Brian's spiritual successor.
he's Hispanic and he's from Miami.
No,
We actually
did
grew
not
up
mean
near
his
the same place.
because he didn't go full on out. He only
Spiritual successor, not
Spiritual,
not
yeah.
true successor,
had- I was
but
gonna say,
spiritual
he only
successor.
had a little bit of stuff.
So
He
not
chose motorcycle accident instead of
So not quite.
CRX.
So not quite Takumi,
Right.
because Mike there has called me Bunta before. I think that was after I beat
Yes,
all those guys on
yes.
your sim
Yeah.
manual mode.
Yes, yes, it was.
Old Bunta Fujiwara.
So anyway,
I just thought it was funny that you went quicker. You said a quicker lap time than I did, and you were like most. Thank God I was faster than the one-legged guy. Because honestly, if I had beat your lap time on your own,
I
sim,
would have been very upset. I would have been like, you know what, fuck it, I'm selling this thing.
anyway, so let's close it out for tonight.
Yeah,
You
next
wanna go
episode
deep,
to be
but-
determined, because
Yes.
obviously there's going to be a lot of end of the month stuff going on with everybody.
There is
so.
one quick thing I want to talk about real quick before
Oh.
we close it out.
Jeep.
So, it's a funny thing, and it's something I have said before. These cars are getting too technologically advanced for their own good.
Yeah, Jeep.
So Jeep. We're going to talk about Jeep for a little bit.
It's not honestly though. I know what you're going to bring up, and it's not just Jeep because
It's not. It's not just Jeep. There are other manufacturers that are having issues with this.
with this, but this
and
one,
I've said from the beginning, it's a bad idea. Don't do it. Let's not go this route.
but this one
But
here.
they've gone this route, and now Jeep is really having a problem.
Oh yeah, this one is.
The 4xe, if you
Yeah.
bought a hybrid Jeep Wrangler, recently, an over-the-air update, and for the uninitiated, that means your car's sitting in the driveway.
It phones
and
home.
It talks to Jeep servers through a telecom network.
Currently,
and
the 4G network.
It decides it's due for an update, so the update downloads to the system and begins applying itself, and then it bricks itself.
Yeah, so lots of Jeep hybrid owners have woken up the next day and found their cars wouldn't do car things.
Right.
Why would they do that? Would they just assume that the hybrid battery is charged enough to keep the system charged enough for the ECU rewrite to be done, and then it's not? And then it's
No.
not
This
that.
this is someone didn't check firmware compatibility.
Yeah, it's a firmware problem. It's they're doing the update and it's screwing itself up halfway through.
Okay, what I said
and then they
sounds
go
better
out.
then. That's actually worse.
So
And then they go out in the morning and they go to start their car and they put it in drive and it goes hybrid warning. You can't drive your car.
So what has happened is they have downloaded something from LimeWire and it has fucked the entire family's computer, and now mom and dad can't get to work.
Yeah.
we all as 90s kids
Had fucked the computer.
downloaded LimeWire and ruined the
Napster.
family computer trying to download a Metallica song.
Kazaa. Mine was Kazaa.
I
ruined
actually
the computer on Kazaa.
I actually got to play around on the OG Napster.
I did too.
Yeah,
So did I.
Sometimes.
I didn't have that.
I'm basically
Kazaa.
I'm the guy that's basically old enough to be enthusiastic and embrace some technology, but old enough that it still pisses me off.
Yeah, so Jeep has downloaded LimeWire, and you're like, hey, listen to our new song. By the way, fuck
It
around,
crashes
it's Brooklyn,
everything.
baby. And
Yeah.
Like, fuck.
So speaking
Or
of
like what Sony and Madonna did with basically sending out fake versions of the songs and people were downloading them.
Or like, you know what Apple did, and literally every single time you
My
try to
most-
get onto your thing, you have a new YouTube album, and you're
What
like,
the
why
shit
the
is
fuck
this?
Did this come from?
My most memorable was when people were pirating copies of not Bruce Almighty, Evan Almighty. And the pirators had snuck in spoilers for the Harry Potter books. So you're watching or Evan Almighty, and they spoiled the Harry Potter book on the screen.
Some of the funniest videos I ever saw was people would be waiting in line for the new Harry Potter book to go on sale at 12:01 a.m.
And, a car
and people
driver
were
was
spoiling
And
it.
somebody would just drive by and
Snape
go,
kills Dumbledore, and you go, son of a bitch!
back when our Walmart was 24 hours, I went up to Walmart one night because I had to get some stuff, and I was like, I don't want to deal with Walmart during the day at all. I want to go midnight Walmart because midnight
Right.
Walmart's fucking awesome because, you know, there's always going to be some Walmartians there.
Yes.
I walked in, and there was a fucking sea of Walmartians. I'm like, what in the absolute shit did I just walk into? Turns out there was a new Harry Potter book coming out, and I was like, holy hell. And I'm just walking by, I'm like, damn, this is the most target-rich Walmartian environment I've ever been in.
Yeah. Well, anyway.
So anyways.
So, we're going to end tonight. By the way, the new Dacia Sandero is not out yet.
So no good news for us.
No good news,
But soon.
yeah, but soon.
We'll be back soon, everyone.
So next
Bye-bye.
episode is to be determined.
To be determined.
We will be back in a couple of weeks, one way or another.
Yeah,
and,
either we'll be back in a week, we'll be back in 3 weeks, we won't be back for 4 weeks. Who the hell knows what we're going to do? We don't know what we're going to do.
Yeah, might
But we
even be
will
some
be back.
like uploaded content. I don't know.
It will be
Don't
a
know.
surprise to all of us.
Yeah, really.
It